lovely Flosstube friends. Okay, I'm back. November. I knew this was going to happen. So, the frost has started here in the UK. The garden has gone to sleep, so I'm finding that there is a little bit more time for stitching and a little less time sunning myself and being out in the garden. So, I'm back. At least until next year, and we'll see what happens in the summer. But hopefully I will be a little bit more frequent and I'll be a bit more up to date with you all. So I've had to get a little book and write everything down because there's quite a bit that I wanted to talk to you about today. So I'm going to go through my WIPS, go through some of the bits and pieces that I've been getting up to, a bit of decision making's happened, and then at the end we will throw in new goodies, purchases, and a little bit of excitement. So for those that want to stick around for that, then so be it. Okay, so where to start? So let's start on my current WIPS and progresses, of which some of the decision making has come in. So for those of you that know, or if you watched my last video, you'll know that I signed up for the Lakeside fantasy sale, Lakeside Needlecraft fantasy sale. I'd already done the borders, I'd already done, I say the borders, I'd done the circles. So this was where I've got to. Let's move stuff out of the way. So here we go. So this is where I'd got to. So I'd done a tiny bit of the border here. I've done all of the circles. I've managed to complete, where are we? So August was the unicorn. September was the wizard. October, as you can see, is sort of done, but not completely done. I done everything barring the back stitch and some of the starry type things. And then obviously this month's come out, which is a goblin, which I no doubt you've all seen on other people's posts. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. It's lovely, but it's time consuming. For me, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I'm trying to do this every month. It's taking me almost the whole month, and then I'm fighting against the clock to get it finished before the next one comes out. But all the time I'm stitching it, I'm sitting there thinking, but I want to get on with my other projects. Because although this is very cutesy and very lovely, it's just not wowing me. And then I'm thinking, what am I going to do with it? It's not the sort of thing that I'd have hanging on my wall. I haven't got small children. It just isn't doing it for me. And I know it's my first sale. And I've been bouncing backwards and forwards with this for the whole month. Should I carry on? You know, it seems a bit of a waste to have done as much as I've done on it, and then I'm going to say, actually, no, I'm not going to do it. And it is very cutesy, but if I'm not feeling it, should I really be doing it? If all the time that I'm stitching on it, I'm sitting there feeling bad because I'm not getting to stitch on the other stuff that I really, really do like to stitch on. So I've sort of come to the decision that I think I'm just going to stop. And I know it's such a shame and it's a waste because I've done that much. But what's the point if I'm not loving it? You know, I really need to love something to stitch on it. And I'm just not, I don't even think that I'm not loving it. It's just that I know that there's no purpose to the end. It's not something I'm going to hang on a wall. It's not something I can give away to anyone. I don't know anyone with really small children that would appreciate something like this. And all the time that I'm stitching on it, I'm thinking about my other projects that are not getting done. So I think I'm going to put this one to bed and it won't come out again. And I'm sorry everyone, because I know there's so many people that love the Lakeside Needlecraft fantasy sale. And I agree, it is very lovely, but I don't think it's for me. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it now, whether I just put it to bed and leave it, because obviously I'd already paid for it. I don't think you can give this sort of thing away to someone else, can you? Because, I don't know, I don't think you can. So, but yeah, no, I think I'm done with it. It's just taking up too much of my time in a month and taking my time away from the projects that I really, really want to be stitching on. So, I'm sorry, but it's going away, never to come back again. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the patterns will still be coming through every month. Maybe I'll keep hold of it and it'll be one of those things that I'll possibly pick up in years to come and think, oh, I might finish that. I've got the whole chart, I've got the whole pattern, so I might do it that way. But right here, right now, it's just not, I've got so many other things that I want to be stitching on that I'm not stitching on, so I'm sorry. So that one's going away. You won't see that one now. So that decision was made, and since I've made that decision, I'm feeling much more comfortable about stuff. So the next one up is my High Heels collection by Soda Stitches. Where I can, obviously, I will input footage of where you last saw them. Love this one. This one, as you'll remember, is my train project. So this one, again, it gets stitched on when it gets stitched on. If I'm travelling into London and I'm wide awake, then I do my stitching. If I'm not wide awake, which seems to be a lot lately, the alarm clock goes on the phone and I go off to sleep and it doesn't get stitched on. But this is where we've got to. So we have one shoe completed, which I think is adorable, and one heel of the next one. So there's 3 in a row that I'm going to be doing. There's my little needle binder, a little purple flower. But yeah, absolutely love that, loving it. So I'll just work on that as and when, and then get that framed, because that's definitely going to go on a wall, because I like that one. It's flowery and it's shoes. What lady doesn't like shoes? Come on, especially high heels. So yeah, so that is my next WIP. So that one is coming along nicely, slowly but nicely. The next one that I worked on is my Grace Faces. So Grace Faces is my Heaven and Earth design. You've seen her before, and this one is on 18 count Magic Guide Ecru. I haven't done amazing amounts, but I have made a bit more of a dent in her. So let me just move my threads. So obviously you would have seen a picture of where she was at last time, and this is where it's at now. So it's starting to really pop. So I've been working on this section just here. I can't believe how much confetti was in this little section just of these flowers. So it's a bit slow going, but we're getting there. So a little closer. So she was out on rotation for about a week. Made a bit more of a dent in her. Love the colours. So colourful, this one, but love it. So yeah, so that is the next one. So we'll put that one away. What's next? What's next? The next one is, of course it is my Roses of Provence. So I'll be putting a picture here where you saw it before. So just as a reminder, Roses of Provence is my Mirabilia, and it was stitched on 28 count cashel linen in Tudor Rose. And this, I've put her on the big frame, but with the big scroll bars, just so you can see her, because she fits more on this now. Not that I stitch it this big because it's too big, so I put the smaller scrolls on, but this is just to show you. So here we have her. So scrolling down, and here we are. So as you'll see, that is the end of the dress down there. So not much more to go. I am so chuffed. I've made this like my focus piece to try and really make a dent in that. And I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere now. So I've just got this section across the bottom to do, across here, which I've calculated is around 4,300 stitches of actual dress to go. Woohoo! Yeah. That's how I feel. See, it puffs me out just thinking about it. So yeah, 4,300 stitches left to go on the dress, and then I've still got the tree to go and the beading. But I'm not really that fussed about that. Just as long as I get this dress done. This dress is, yeah, this dress just seems to have gone on forever. So I'm just making this my absolute must-do as much as possible project. So yeah, so she's coming along lovely. Absolutely love her still. I just can't wait now to get her finished and get her put on a wall. So that is that one. Next up is my Twisted Band Sampler. So I'm going to be showing you a picture of where you saw her last, or it last, because it's not her. As a reminder, this one is Northern Expression Needleworks. It's done on a 28 can opalescent cream fabric. We've had a couple of little issues with it, in the respect that I kept doing it wrong. And then I ran out of thread, because I think at the time I didn't realise until it was an afterthought. I kept wondering, I kept running out of the floss, and obviously the floss that I'm using is the Dowgy floss, Evero Schwa, that's it. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. And it's the silk thread, and I kept running out, and I kept not understanding why I was running out, and it came to light that when I checked again, it was charted on a 32 count 1/2. I'm doing it on a 28 count. I didn't realise I was doing it 2/2, so that's the reason I kept running out of the fabric, out of the floss. So the silk threads, I have to keep getting new ones. So I got this far and had to stop because, again, I ran out of more silk thread. So it's just been ordered in, so I've just got it. So, but this is where we're at. So down here. So as you can see, I've done these bands across here, these two. Again, I keep making silly errors on it. So we're down to do, rather than doing it big full bands, I've decided to do it by page, because one, if I make an error, it's not so far down that it's so much to pick back out, which seems to be the thing at the moment, because I can't seem to get it right, because it's on a diagonal. But obviously that way I'll just do a page and then move over and do this page and work my way down that way. But yeah, so absolutely love it. Just need to get it right and stop messing it up. But yeah, it's starting to really come to life now. So good bit of progress on that one. So still loving it. And I absolutely adore stitching with the silks. The silk threads are so lovely to work with. But obviously it would have helped if I'd have done it with one strand over 32 instead of the 2 strands over 28. But hey ho, there you go. It's not the sort of mistake I'll make again without sort of checking. I think that is all the actual WIPs that I've worked on. Yeah, I think so. Ah, one more. So you'll remember from last year. Alright, let's actually step back a minute. So obviously I pulled away from the Lakeside Needlecraft sale, but what I have done is joined the Soulful Stitches Year of WIPS. Yay! No pressure. I decided that there's a lot of WIPs that I've still currently got that started last year and are still not done, and I need to I would like to get them finished. They're not ones that I consider to be UFOs, but I just don't seem to get them done. So I decided that that might actually push me in the right direction. So I've uploaded some pictures, which you are probably looking at now, of all the WIPs that I've decided to include in my year of WIPs. And there's 2 new starts in there as well. So part of that is that you sign up for it, and I got a postcard pal. So my postcard pal is Anne Lewis. She's based out in the USA. So we've communicated, and you know, she's told me a lot about her and what she's doing, and I've gone back and told her what I'm doing, and I think that will really help to keep focused and keep motivated, and make sure that I personally don't just go, oh, I can't bother to work on that one. So, well, part of that is I got a finish. Not an FFO, but a finish. So you'll remember from last Christmas time, I had this. That's right. Oh, a bit of a glare there, sorry. So it's the Woodland Santa that I started, and he was my train project. And I specifically said that I wasn't overly impressed with the white, because the white just didn't look right. And obviously time ticked on, and in the end Christmas was over and he still wasn't done, so I put him to bed and never got him out. Guess what? He's done. I mean, I know I don't like the white very much, but I thought, well, you know, I've got to get him finished. I included him in my year of WIPs. So I thought, you know, there wasn't much to go on him. I think it was just some sparkles up here and some beads and a few more bits and pieces needed doing. So I decided I would get him done. So here he is, my woodland Santa, and I've cut him out as best I can. The first time I've ever worked on perforated paper, that's rather strange. So yeah, so now all I need to do, I think, is put some felt on him and put a little hanger on him. And today is the 3rd of November, and I'm going to confess, I'm putting my Christmas tree up this weekend coming. I promised my daughter, because she keeps saying to me, because I don't put the tree up until the first week of December, and I always take it down literally at New Year, she's like, it's not up for long enough, Mum. She said, and it doesn't feel Christmassy. She said, so you need to make the house more Christmassy and have it up for longer. So I've agreed that I'm going to put the tree up. So since as I'm putting my Christmas tree up, I think it's only right that the Santa that should have been done last year goes on the Christmas tree this year. So yay to me, I have a finish. See, Anne, one down, loads to go, we're getting there. So yeah, so anyway, so there's my finished object. I'll just need to make him into an ornament, and then I think I'm good to go. So one less to worry about. What else to tell you? So I've done that. Okay, so bit of exciting news for you. So you all know that I went away to Scotland. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? Not last week, not this weekend just gone, the weekend before, to celebrate Donna Murray's 30th birthday with her. We didn't really get much stitching time or any time to really sit and chat and stitch, because obviously it was birthday celebrations and there was lots to do. But we did have a little chat. Anyway, when I came home, we went on to Skype, and she was showing me some of her bits and pieces, and it just so happens that come up that there was a project that she'd ordered and she was going to look to kit up, but that she really wanted to do. Well, I don't even know how this happened, but we decided that we'd have a new start together, that we'll start between Christmas and New Year, and we'll work together on them. We had to make it something that was, you know, relevant and what we both wanted to do, and it just worked out that when she showed me hers, I was like, oh God, I've so wanted to do one of those, but I've been too frightened. You guessed it. So we've decided that we are going to do our own little stitch along for a chatelaine. So she already had her chart ordered. I went onto the chatelaine website and well, you know what happens when you look at them. They're just like, it's gorgeous, everything's so gorgeous. So I decided to go with this one, which is Evening in the Park Mandela Garden. I have no idea how complicated this is. So here it is. This will be my new start in January. I love this. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I love that one. So we have a new start that's going to start. But I think I made a bit of a boo-boo at the onset. So the onset was that I went onto the Chatelaine website and I ordered direct from the Chatelaine website. So it came as a download. So I've got a download PDF file. But then when I was going through it, I couldn't really work out what was what, because it doesn't show the pages at the bottom. So when obviously I was talking to Donna about how she ordered hers through so-and-so, like as a booklet, when I sort of said to her, I said, I don't understand, I said, which page is what? I said, it doesn't show me where in the design that page belongs to. I said, none of the pages are numbered. When she showed me a booklet, she said, well actually, she said, mine actually shows on the bottom right hand corner which section of the chart it is that page relates to. Also, I was missing the materials, like the key for it. So I thought, well, maybe I'm not supposed to have that. So I emailed the Chatelaine, I emailed Martina at Chatelaine. But me being completely impatient, and then obviously seeing how Donna's was laid out, I thought, I think I need one of those. So I actually went to the so-and-so website and ordered the pack, like the chart from the so-and-so website. So I've now got, not only have I got the PDF that came from Martina, but I've also got the chart that comes from so-and-so. So yeah, there you go. Schoolgirl error. I should have probably got the chart from so-and-so, but hey-ho. The best thing about this is, like I was saying, so when you get the chart that comes from so-and-so, where you have a page that shows you the design so that you know what you're doing, on the bottom right hand corner it actually shows you what part of the pattern it is. Excuse me, there's just a funny noise. I'm trying to work out what that was. No idea. Anyway, so it basically tells you whereabouts on the chart that bit belongs to. So I thought, well, I need to do that. And then obviously I was looking at fabrics, and I was looking at, you know, deciding on what type of fabric I should have. So I joined the Chatelaine support group on Facebook. There's bundles of information on there. I was just like, wow. Then obviously I've trawled back through Chatelaine information on Flosstube. So of course Mrs. Milky Bar Kid done the Chatelaine discussion ones, so I checked back on those. So then I was deciding, right, well, what colour fabric do I want? And it just so happened that Chromatic Alchemy's had a sale, like a flash sale, because of their new website. So I couldn't help myself and decided that I would go onto the fabric viewer, try and see if I could find a fabric that I was going to like for my chatelaine. But then I was in turmoil, because until you actually see your flosses and your beads, you don't actually know whether, you know, you can't do a floss toss. You can't work out whether the fabric's going to work, whether it's too light, too dark. So yeah, so anyway, back to Chromatic Alchemy's. They done a flash sale. So because there was a flash sale, I decided to order some fabrics. So I've ordered Brittany Lugana, all in 28 count. I know that the Chatelaines are on a 32. I decided to 28. I'm comfortable with 28, so I'm going to keep it that way. So each piece I ordered would be the right size to do my chatelaine on. So I've got Bridget's Garden even weave, Cirrus, Spring at Lakeside, and Florine. Now I can't show you them yet because they've not arrived. They're all either greeny or bluey, so I'm rather hoping that one of those is going to work. But then once I'd ordered the fabric, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, because I think originally me and Donna had sort of spoke about it, and we agreed that, you know, we'd buy for the centrepiece, the beads and the bits and pieces, and then obviously work our way out. I decided in the end that I'm too impatient. I won't be able to pick my fabric until I actually see and be able to do a floss toss on it. So I went to European Cross Stitch and I ordered the whole kit with silks and beads. So yeah, busted, utterly busted the bank account, especially right on top of Christmas. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, I need to have it all to be able to decide that my fabric's the right fabric. As usual, camera had to fail on me, didn't it? You know it does. So anyway, as I was saying, I couldn't help myself. I decided that it was more important to get the whole thing as a kit and know that I've got my fabrics, I've got all of my silks, I've got all of my beads, and I can match it to my fabric and know that it's right. Know that I'm going to like it. In fact, I'm going to need to do more than like it. I'm going to have to love it for the price that it cost me. But yeah, so there you go. So there'll be a new start in January, and it's like a little stitch along for me and Donna, and it'll be my first ever chatelaine. So as I'm now going to do a chatelaine, and as you know, I've never really done specialty stitches and I'm absolutely petrified of them, I decided that now might be a good idea to sort of attack my mini twist. It's a Stitchy box by Northern Expression Needleworks that they were doing. I only ordered one of them. I think there was a series of them, but I ordered this one. I think I might need to start doing these in the meantime to try and get used to some specialty stitches. So I might try giving that a go, just to see if I can get some of the specialty stitches under my belt before the chatelaine turns up, because I've never done them before. And if I can't do them, there's plenty of tutorials online, so yeah, we can do this, right? Man, if I can do a Mirabilia after all of the dramas I've had with her, I'm sure I can do a chatelaine with a few specialty stitches. I just need a little bit of work. So yes, so there you go. obviously all of my WIPS are going to change up a little bit because of my year of WIPS from the Soulful Stitchers group that I've joined. So you'll start seeing some other stuff. The 2 new starts that I was adamant that I wanted to do within it was the Nora Corbett Cream and Sugar, which is my little teacups. So that will come into the rotation, and that will be a new start. Not necessarily this year, that might come in next year, like beginning of next year. And also, where is it? This one might be another good option to start doing before the end of this year, because this also has specialty stitches in. And this is the Crystal Rose by Just Nan. You would have seen this before where I've showed it to you. Sorry about the glare, people. So I think I might sort of put these to good use and use them as like practice pieces, but also they get me my little finishes that are in my year of WIPS. So yeah, so that's my plans for WIPS and starts and what I am doing and what I'm not doing. So I think that's it for that side of things. So yeah, so for those that are not interested in haul and stash and goodies or bits and pieces that I've now received in, then this is the point where I say goodbye to you. It's lovely to have you, lovely to see you, but I totally understand if you're not interested in this bit. So by all means, feel free to switch off, and I'll see you again next month. For those that are in for the little bit of goodie, you know, shopping spree section, then this is all for you. So you will remember from my last video that I was talking about a lovely lady at the Stitchy retreat in September, Shell, who done my, I have it here, done my project bag. So she made project bags, and then obviously with the embroidery section on, all lined with lovely lining fabric. So yeah, so that's my project bag. Well, whilst we was there, she was sort of telling us a bit more about what she did, and obviously we all received, for those that wanted them, a little patch bag. So Mad Stitchers UK. So that was sort of designed specifically for the Stitchy retreat. Love my little purse. But she's got a Facebook group, which I'm going to link down below, and it's called Shell's Patch. She does loads of different bits and pieces. So if you're interested in the bags or anything else that I'll show in a minute, go check out her Facebook page. She does other stuff. She does quilting. She does pillows and cushion things. Yeah, so check her link out below. She made me a lovely all catcher, which is in black with pink lining, with little sparkles. Little bits of bling on. She knows I like my bling, and she knows I like pink. But also what she's made me, and I have another one that's coming in the post, is a frame cover. So obviously because I work on a Manelium frame with Manelium stand, I leave my projects up when I'm working on them, when they're in my rotation. Up until now I've been using a pillowcase. Well, I don't need to anymore, because she's lovely and made me these special covers. So all I had to do was give her the dimensions of where I normally keep it when it's slack. So obviously that will be dependent on how big your stretcher bars are and how big your actual main bars are. And then she makes me this lovely cover. Oh, this one's got the lovely orchids on it, and it's all embroidered. And then that's the back, so it just literally folds around it, protects the front, stops it getting dusty, stops anything getting on it. It's lovely. And the beauty of these is because they're elasticated, it doesn't matter if you haven't got the frame down to exactly where you said you was going to, because there's enough fabric on the back that if you wanted it a little bit bigger, you can just have it so that it sort of sticks up a little bit more, rather than it fitting directly. So mine is slightly bigger than I would normally relax my fabric down to, but that's only because I've just shown you this project. But you'll see there's enough room on there that even if I didn't put it down completely like it should be, there's plenty enough room in this to keep everything covered. So, but yeah, if you're interested in anything like this, She's really, really lovely. She does lots and lots of different designs. Check out her Facebook group. So it's Michelle at Shell's Patch. So that's that. What else? Sam at Chromatic Alchemies has also, she got in some rather specialised stuff. Now, you know I love my Heaven and Earth designs. I've really become accustomed to stitching on 25 count magic guide. But my downside and my thoughts on that was always a nightmare, because I don't like the 20 by 20 blocks. I like 10 by 10 blocks, like that 18 count. Well, she has managed to get her hands on some 25 count Lugana magic guide, or it's the equivalent of a magic guide, but it's in 10 by 10 squares. Would you believe it? Here it is. Whether she's doing this as a general rule or whether this is just a one-off, I'm not too sure, but as soon as I knew that it was out there and it was available, and she contacted me and asked me if I was interested, I was like, oh yes. So I couldn't help myself, so I ordered a meter. So I have a meter of 25 count easy guides in 10 by 10 blocks. So I can't wait to find a project to put that on and give it a go, because that is going to be perfect for my 1/1 25 count. And obviously it shows up as 10 by 10 blocks on 25 count. Fabulous stuff. So I was super excited when I got that. So I've got that. What else have I got? My lovely, lovely friend, Mary, from the Stitching Retreat. She knew that it was my birthday. And was so gorgeous that she sent me some lovely, lovely needle minders. I'm just going to turn them around, because obviously she's written me a lovely little message on a postcard. But that's to me, not to you. So I'll just show you the lovely little needle minders, and I'll keep the words for me. So here we are. So we've got these three lovely little needle minders. So we've got a peacock, a gorgeous pink handbag, because that's just gorgeous, and this one is like a leafy type one. So it's gorgeous. Love it. So thank you ever so much, Mary. I will be putting those to good use on all of my new projects and all the WIPS that are going to start coming out, revolving. So yeah, so I got some goodies from Mary. What else? Oh, how could I possibly forget? So everybody that knows Little Yellow House Crafts. So Neil at Little Yellow House Craft. Oh God, come on. Little Yellow House Crafts. How hard can that be? She does she gives you a little warning on the Facebook page that there's going to be a sale coming up for all of the bags, and it's first come first serve, and you all have to go a bit crazy. I've got to be honest, I was sweating, people. My nerves in my tummy, because I was thinking I'm going to miss it, because she's done 2 or 3 already, and every time they came up I missed them, and I was really like, oh no, but I really like those and I really wanted one. Well, guess what? This time, this was I think the one just before Thanksgiving, or just before, well, she'd done like a brand of Thanksgiving and that type of theme to her bags. So I got 2 bags, which are all rather festive. Here they are, with a gorgeous insides, green on the inside. They are fabulous little bags. I love them. They're really good for your projects. So I got that one, and then I got the alternative one in the smaller one for my, I think it's, I can't remember what this one is. I think it's my 8x8 Q-snap, or 6x6 Q-snap. So, and this one's got the orange interior. So, but yeah, it's lovely. I love them. But I will forewarn, for those that decide to go on there and try for your life to get one, because it's manic. We've never seen anything like it. So I want that one, I want that one. And you have to keep refreshing. And sometimes if you have like a slight delay or blip, you can miss out completely because it didn't refresh. It was really hard, and I was like, I had to come off and have a pretend cigarette and a cup of tea, because it was quite traumatic even for me. But yeah, so one of the downsides for us in the UK, and obviously this doesn't take away the fact that they are beautiful, and I would definitely order them again from her because they are lovely, lovely bags. When I got the post-it, or when I waited for it, and all of a sudden I get my envelope. Well, look at the big red sticker. Yeah, customs fee to pay. Being in the UK, you get hit and stung with the customs charges. So obviously we all know how much we paid for our little baggies. I additionally had to pay another £15 for customs into the UK. So please be aware that if you go on to the little Yellow House Crafts with Neil and you order the baggies or you order bits and pieces, if it does get caught by customs, you will get hit with a customs charge. Sometimes you can get stuff through from the States and you won't get hit with any charges. But I was a bit like, that's a bit of a sucker, isn't it? So that's not very fair. And it's at times like this I wish I lived in the States because, I mean, they've got needlecraft shops, you know, there's like millions of cross-stitch stuff, and, you know, there's lots. It's a much bigger thing, I think, in the US than it is here in the UK. We don't have actual shops. It's very rare that we've got any shops where you can actually go and get a big selection of fabrics and flosses and specialty stitch stuff. You know, just can't get that. All that has to be ordered online. So, which is fine if you can get it in the UK, but if you can't get it in the UK, there's inevitably always customs charge that you get hit with. So it's always that little bit more expensive. So, but 15 quid to me against not having the bags, it's not an option. So it just had to be done. So yes, so I think that is about it. I think that's all I've got to show you or share with you. But I still think that was a pretty good video, to be honest. So I've enlightened you about where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm doing, that you're going to see a few more WIPs. Hopefully you'll see a few more finishes, because that's the plan. I hope you're all well. The intention is that I will make sure that I start videoing once a month again now. So I hope to see you all soon. Thank you ever so much, subscribers. You know, I've got quite a few subscribers still, even though that my videos haven't been that frequent. So I thank you very much for that. Thank you for staying with me, for those that sort of, you know, were waiting on videos that didn't seem to come. I promise I will try to get more in, you know, have my head in the game a bit more now. So all the very best. I will see you all again in a month. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.